Okay, today we are doing the knit stitch, and I did go ahead and work this up in this one and the purple sample that I was using. So I hope you can see that it looks like it is knit. It does curl up, and it is a very thick fabric, as you can see. It's very, very thick, which is fine. But today we'll learn how to do that stitch, and then I'll show you another stitch on top of that. I've already got it started with that ball of yarn that I've got going. Okay, let's move this out of the way and get it situated. You're going to see that here you have several stitches. You have a post in the front and you have one in the back that make up your stitch. For the knit stitch, you're simply going to separate those two and go in between those posts, pick up a stitch. Go in between. Pick up that stitch, and you'll do that all the way across. And I have cats coming in to help, so they don't understand boundaries. And then at the very end, you'll go through those last two like normal. Then you will yarn over, pull through, or chain one, whichever you want to call it. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through two, 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 all the way across. Now, I want you to notice what I am doing. I am rolling this hook so that the hook is downward to go through those two loops. That makes it a little bit easier and just a little bit faster. So we've got our first row done. Now we will go ahead and we'll do a second row. Like I said, if you need to, separate those stitches so you can see. Go in between. No, Izzy, but thank you. You're going to go in between the two stitches. Hope you can see that. There's two. Separate those out. Go in between. Pick up your loops. Go in between. Pick up your loops. You're going in between the two loops. Lots of times you'll see me do this, bring my finger forward so I can find that stitch. That is just another way of getting it where it's easier to see. And then when you get to the end, you're going to go through those last two bars like normal. Pull up your loop. Chain one, yarn over, pull through two. Your return pass is the same all the way. I'm going to try to take that out. I have a bag sitting on the table, and Izzy is going through the bag. She's checking it out. So you may hear that rustling. I'm going to try to clean that up. You never try to go through this because you're just going to lose your stitch. That is your first stitch. Now, I hope you can see that there are the two bars, front and back. You're going to go in between those, in between. So let me do another row. And I have 10 stitches on this sample, I think. yarn over, you return pass as normal, yarn over, pull through 2. Oh, thank you, Kat, for helping. Yarn over, pull through 2, 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 yarn over, pull through 2. As you can see, this creates a knitted look. It looks like it's knitted. You can substitute it in projects for knitting, but keep in mind the conversion. Hang on, folks. You got to get out of the way, Kat. Nope, you can't help today. But the conversion rate is not going to be the same, simply because of the nature of this stitch. Tunisian crochet and knitting sort of are interchangeable if you're using a regular knit and purl stitch. Now you could purl if you want to stop that curling. You see how it's curling? Now we're going to move on to another stitch. You have a front and a back stitch. We're going to learn the reverse stitch. In the reverse stitch, you're simply going back here to pick up that back leg. Yarning over, pulling up. You're going to go up and pick up the back leg. That's going to be the leg closest to you when you turn the piece over. And you're going to do that all the way across. This is the reverse stitch. Oops. Get some more yarn up here. My 2 little furry helpers. And sometimes, like, you'll see me turn this over. I find it easier to turn it over to find that stitch. Pick it up. Same thing here. Pick it up. Now, we are still on the very last one, going to go through the 2 bars at the end, just like normal. And the reason being is because it creates this nice edge. Yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 and you'll do that all the way across. And you notice I'm able to use my 7mm hook for this. Now see how that changes the look right here? Let's do another row and see how that works. Again, you're going to go and pick up that back leg. The first leg is always the hardest. You're basically turning over your work and pulling your loops up through that back leg of that stitch. And then as usual, pick up the last 2 on the end, chain 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over, pull through 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 2, all the way to the end. What you'll notice is it actually brings that whole piece forward. and it almost makes what looks like knots on the front. This is a very textured stitch. It is nice. It is still thick, but not as thick as the knit stitch. I hope you can see that on the side there. It's not as thick, but it changes up the look a little bit. So again, that reverse. You're going to turn the piece over, pull up the back leg. Go through the back leg and pull up your loop. Which you are basically, if you can see, you're bringing this forward. It's a very nice and very unique stitch. And then you'll go through the last two like normal. Chain one or yarn over and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two. And get some more yarn out of this ball. Yarn over, pull through two. 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 All the way across. Now, as you can see, this does curl up a different way. It wants to go slanted. It does still curl, but it also, in a way, reverses this curl of this knit stitch here. So I hope you'll give this a try. Try these two stitches. Maybe do 5 of each. 5 rows of each or 10 rows of each, whatever you want on your piece. I'm probably going to do 10 rows of each on each of these. And yeah, it's just a different type of stitch, and I hope you did enjoy this. And that is it for this Tunisian Tuesday. I hope that's clear enough. When we start getting a little close, it gets a little harder to get this clear. But that, like I said, you're basically turning this over, going into the back leg. And keep in mind, we have a lot more stitches where we could go through this leg. We could just go through the bars for this simple stitch. This, you can pull up this in a way. So you're going to find there's a lot of stitches that you can use in this that'll kind of change up the look of your project. So yeah, that's it for today.